The credit card statement sprawled across my kitchen table like a festering wound. Its numbers screaming betrayal. $17,000, wedding flowers, catering deposits, venue fees, charges, racked up by my daughter Zoe on a card. I'd naively added her to for emergencies 3 years ago. My modest teacher's pension and Donald's dwindling life. Insurance had been siphoned to fund her dream wedding. My finger traced the itemized list. Enchanted Gardens Florist. $3,200, Bella Vista Reception Hall. $8,500, Morrison's Catering. $4,800, tears welled. But I refused to let them spill. At 62, I should have seen it coming. My children's love always came with a price tag. The house loomed around me, hollow, echoing with memories of a family that had gradually erased me. Donald's reading chair sat untouched by the window, frozen in time since his death 4 years ago, a shrine to a past when I felt valued. My phone buzzed on the granite. Countertop, the island Donald, gifted me for our 20th anniversary. A text from Zoe. Hey Mom, can you grab groceries for us? Swamped with wedding stuff. The usual, thanks. As if I were a servant. As if the $17,000 I'd unknowingly bankrolled meant nothing. I flipped the phone face down and returned to the statement, calculating. My $2,800 monthly pension, minus mortgage and utilities, left $400 wiggle room. Paying off Zoe's debt would take years. The front door slammed, announcing Jerry's heavy footsteps. My 34-year-old son had moved back in 6 months ago post-divorce, claiming he needed time. His temporary stay had become a permanent burden. Mom, I need the car tonight, he called, not bothering to enter the kitchen. Rebecca and I are checking an apartment in Riverside. Rebecca, his 26-year-old girlfriend, treated my home like her personal yoga retreat, leaving sage and crystals that irritated my allergies. When I'd mentioned it, Jerry called me unwelcoming, stuck in the past. Jerry, I said, voice steady despite the fury rising. Come here, please. He appeared already annoyed, wearing the jeans I'd bought him last Christmas, back when I thought gifts could mend our growing rift. I pointed to the statement. Did you know about this? His eyes flicked to the paper, then away, a tell I'd recognized since he was a boy. Know what? Zoe charged $17,000 for her wedding. A pause, then a shrug that chilled me. Yeah, she mentioned it. It's just money, Mom. You can afford it. Zoe stressed. Just money. This is my emergency fund, Jerry. It's a loan, he said, inspecting his nails. She'll pay you back. You've got the house, your pension. You're fine. I stared at my son, who lived rent-free in my home, who I'd supported through 2 failed businesses and a failed marriage. Where was Zoe's engagement dinner? I asked, switching gears. He froze. What? The engagement dinner? I wasn't invited. When was it? A longer pause. It was a small thing, intimate. You know Zoe. The lie settled like a weight in my bones. Joining years of exclusions, birthday dinners I learned about on social media, grandchildren's recitals I wasn't invited to, family photos I was left out of because you don't like pictures. Mom. I see, I said, folding the statement. The wedding, am I invited to that? Of course, Mom, don't be dramatic. Dramatic. As if asking to be part of my daughter's life was unreasonable. Keys are on the hook. Back by midnight. Jerry grabbed them, hesitating. I thought he might apologize. Instead, Rebecca's staying over. We'll keep it down. The door slammed, leaving me with the statement and the dawning. Truth that I'd become a stranger in my own life. I sank into Donald's chair. The neighborhood alive with normalcy outside. Mrs. Duncan watering her garden. Kids biking. My phone buzzed again. Zoe, forgot to mention, can you cover next month's catering deposit? $2,000. Dad's life insurance should handle it, right? You're the best. Donald's life insurance, already gutted by medical bills. Jerry's ventures and now Zoe's wedding. My safety net for aging, for inevitable medical costs. I stared until the words blurred, then did something new. I deleted the text unanswered. Silence wasn't enough, though. It was just another way of saying yes. In the darkening living room, surrounded by relics of a marriage and motherhood that had defined me, I began to plan. If my children valued me only for what I could give, they'd learn what happened when that was gone. Tomorrow I'd make calls. Tonight I'd sit with Donald's ghost, remembering what it felt like to be loved for me, not my wallet. The silence felt like possibility. Morning light hit my bedroom window with new clarity. I'd slept soundly, as if something had finally clicked. By 7 a.m., I was dressed, ready for my reckoning. First call, the credit card company. I need to report unauthorized charges, I said, voice unwavering. My daughter's been using my card without permission. The representative was efficient. Card frozen. Disputes filed. $17,000 in wedding charges under investigation. If these are fraudulent, it could lead to criminal charges, she warned. I understand, I said, and I did. Second call, my bank. Remove my son Jerry as an authorized user. Within minutes, his debit card access was cut off. Third call, my lawyer Janet Morrison, who'd handled Donald's estate. I need to revise my will and discuss unauthorized credit card use. We set a meeting for that afternoon. By 9 a.m., I was parked outside Riverside Elementary, where I'd taught for 32 years. Parents hustled kids to school, a ritual I'd watched for decades. My phone rang, Zoe. I let it go to voicemail. 4 calls later, I answered. Mom, thank God, she said, panicked. Your card's frozen. The florist says the payments declined. I froze it, I said calmly. What? The wedding's in 6 weeks. Vendors need paying. I didn't authorize $17,000, Zoe. Her tone shifted to pleading. At 11 a.m., I bought new locks at the hardware store. The clerk, an older man, loaded them into my car. Changing locks is easy. YouTube's got tutorials. Back home, Jerry's car was in the driveway. Rebecca's yoga mat spread across my living room, sage stinging my eyes. They were in the kitchen, Rebecca blending a smoothie with my groceries, Jerry scrolling his phone. Mom, finally, Jerry said. My debit card's not working, and Zoe's freaking out about the wedding. I closed your access to my accounts, I said, setting my purse down. Rebecca laughed. Sandy, you scared us. Jerry thought you'd had a stroke, making weird financial decisions. Weird financial decisions. Rebecca, gather your things and leave. She froze. What? This is my home. You don't live here. Jerry stood, jaw tight. Mom, stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Rebecca's welcome here. Not anymore. I started the coffee maker, movements deliberate. Rebecca, you have 10 minutes. Jerry, when has Zoe ever paid me back? The car insurance? Her apartment deposit? Her degree loan? That's what parents do, he said. No, that's what I did. Past tense. Rebecca grabbed her mat and fled. Jerry tried another angle. You're throwing away your family over money. I'm declining to fund adults who treat me like an ATM with a kitchen. He grabbed his jacket. Fine, if Rebecca leaves, I leave. Your choice. But you don't come back when it's convenient. His confidence wavered. You don't mean that. I did. He left, slamming the door. By 3 p.m., the new locks were installed, their solid clicks a metaphor for closure. My meeting with Janet was at 4. Her office, smelling of leather and books, felt like a sanctuary. I laid out the story, the charges, the exclusions, the dismissals. This could be financial elder abuse, she said, taking notes. I don't want criminal charges, I replied. Just consequences. My will, previously splitting everything between Jerry and Zoe, needed revision. Leave the house and half my assets to charity, the Literacy Foundation, the animal shelter, maybe something for isolated seniors. They can split what's left after repaying what they've taken. Janet agreed to be executor. Are you prepared for the fallout? She asked. They won't take this quietly. My phone rang. Zoe. I declined it. They're trying, I said. Jerry's moved out. He thinks I'll cave when I'm lonely. Will you? No, I said, and meant it. I stopped at the grocery store, buying just for me, chicken, vegetables, a bottle of wine I'd saved for a special occasion. This was the occasion, the first day I mattered to myself. Home felt lighter, free of Rebecca's crystals and Jerry's mess. As I cooked, a knock came at the back door. Elizabeth Duncan, my neighbor, held a casserole dish. I saw commotion earlier, she said. Wanted to check on you. I invited her in, surprised by her kindness. Over lasagna and wine, I told her everything. She listened, a widow who understood. My kids call Sundays, checking boxes. I feel like a task. She'd cut off her manipulative sister years ago. The guilt fades, she said. The relief grows. Zoe texted again, framing her theft as my punishment. Elizabeth pointed out the manipulation. I deleted the message. We talked late about widowhood, children, courage. When she left, I felt the stirrings of real friendship. Jerry called that night uncertain. The debit card messed us up. Zoe's crying. The venue might cancel. That sounds stressful for her, I said. Mom, you're acting like a stranger. Maybe you never knew me well. What now, he asked. We talk, but differently. No money, no problem solving, no pretending exploitation is love. He hung up, rattled. I washed our wine glasses, surrounded by evidence of a new life. Lasagna, friendship, peace. Thursday morning, Zoe was on my porch, mascara streaked, a mess. I've been here since 5 a.m., she said. The venue canceled. 2 years of planning, ruined. I'm not doing anything to you, I said. I'm not doing things for you. She begged, but I held firm. When did you decide I wasn't family enough for your engagement dinner? She stammered. It was just immediate family. I'm your mother. Her tears turned angry. You're driving away the only people who care about you. I closed the door, locking it. By noon, Jerry's ex-wife Jennifer arrived, sent to mediate. I told her the truth. I had no idea, she said. Jerry made it sound like you wanted to help. At 2 p.m., David, Zoe's fiancé, showed up, apologetic. I didn't know she used your card without permission. I thought it was your gift. He hadn't known about the dinner exclusion either. I'm questioning the wedding, he admitted. We can't communicate about money or family. I felt hope. He saw the truth. That night, Elizabeth brought takeout. Jerry called, threatening to have me declared incompetent. I laughed. My lawyer has documented everything. Try it, Elizabeth toasted my resolve. The terror fades, she said. The freedom grows. 3 weeks later, my life was quiet. No crises, no demands. The credit card company reversed the $17,000, Elizabeth, and I grew closer, gardening and walking. I volunteered again, finding joy in giving freely. David visited, the wedding off. He handed me a $8,500 check, half the reverse charges. It's my responsibility, he said. Zoe didn't know. She called me a bitter old woman, he said. I realized we weren't ready. I kept the check, a symbol of respect. That evening, Zoe appeared with her roommate, Melissa, looking desperate. I need to come home, she said. No, I replied. You made it clear this isn't your home. Her apologies were hollow. A transaction. What are you sorry for? I asked. She couldn't answer. Figure it out, I said. She left silent. Jerry called the next morning, tentative. What if we change? He asked. Prove it to yourselves, I said. I sat in Donald's chair, my garden blooming, my life mine again. Elizabeth texted about a coffee date with another widow. I smiled, looking forward to a future built on choice, not obligation. The siege was over. I'd won, not by defeating my children, but by refusing to let them defeat me. The sun streamed through Donald's window, and it felt like a beginning.